Let me give you a story about my different scores. From the top of my lungs, I'm shouting every word. I'm never that boring. I was tested right from the start. Never felt sorry, but I'ma go hard. Young blood with a pure heart, achieving my dreams, but that was the start of my hardest regrets. In search of replaceable parts. Thought I was invincible, I was unspeakable, lately been difficult. I've given up, Lord knows I sank to the bottom. Cause of the love that ain't got a spark. I fought with a life that I thought was a spar. Never thought twice, didn't plan all the faith jumps I made in my life. The decision I took without thinking it right. Like crossing the road in a dim of a night. No pedestrian lane, so looking from left to right. Speaking of right, didn't you know I was cheating in person and cheating my trust without me knowing it. Dragging for weeks, the pain got deep down to my bones. Made me unknown, I was due to the problem that came to oppose. Nobody showed any signs of help. Maybe a few, but I was already deaf and collected itself to come over and take me as human as I'm. And pulled my arms to the dark, to the ones and the sins of the flesh. Now look at this week, leaving all of my mess. I gotta admit, I'm doing no good, but all of my people looking and thinking and seemingly thinking that I'm living my life normal and happily as it should, without realizing I'm not happy with it. I was down and depressed, never masked it. But how could you know my sadness when I'm facing you and never asked me about my day and how's it went? Everybody knows I ain't the zombie yet, but avoiding my chest keeps beating me dead. And the feelings in my mood take a minute on my breath. Making money as a medic to suppress my stress. Piling penance in my potion, putting pressure to my voice, pushing every bit of voice till I lose my step. Now I'm all in debt, what's more in this mess? I thought I've trained myself from all this pain I've dealt. I'm losing my parts to an episode, I'm the protagonist. In every show, call me the cameraman, the producer, and the writer. We're about to film this drama, dog. Yo, ready for a second season, yo? And that's when I figure my fuel. Yes, to my fire, the purest of food. Never mistaking the pain in the feud. Given that this is the lesson I should be learning about, to lessen my doubt, the quenches the thirst, killing the drought, to know my name and end with a towel. The reason I rap, I'm speaking aloud. I'm never the main course, ever to fail order. Take it as a compliment, I make it as a base form. Ever since I felt the pure reason of my pain, I connected my veins, let it go, major. I was never kidding when I asked for a savior. Developing mentality like a stonemason, but I never went without a bit of double kicking base to another better level of a rising chaos. I'll prove my greatest scalability and let the impossible be my enemy. I stood like a cripple with the face of a sinner. Now everybody's repeating and keep on telling me till I became so different. I'm ripping to be rude with the style of the killer. Now evolution became my only resolution. Everybody thinks I finished from a story without a conclusion. So don't ever think I'm tough as a nail. I've ate my depression from head to the tail. I've taken the coldest of weather, the hottest in deserts, through high waters I sail. They made a fool out of me cause of my bills, but I persevere whenever I fail. Devil my past, I look to my trails, persistent as I won't be overwhelmed. I never really created my alternate, I'm just split and already been out there with. Don't bet on the common outcome because it blends and bends with the alphabet. I was spent the room full of elephants, now I'm hungry, see me salivate. Papers full of writing, poetry, aggravate. Words are filling as I get agitated. And don't expect that I go so minimal. Mean that I go to be the last, so typical. Minutes on my side, but I'm kicking many rhymes, spinning sentences to my virus, keeping in my mind. My way get a bit too difficult, so please don't fetch me. Go when I have another visual because the setting all about to be so bloody physical. Bumping and jumping in battle, you think little can't be a criminal? I start to feel a lot of ill, a markadale, I probably will fall until I lose myself, but I'm altered. Never watered down to foster it.